Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying with Jim Misiura. Today I'm going to tie a moose mane midge pattern. Recently I've been fishing and the fish have been feeding on midges, and I'm going to try to get a fly that's going to take them. I have been having success, but not enough compared to the amount of fish rising. So the hook that I have in the vise, this is a light wire Scud hook. It is a size 16. And I'm going to use Vivis 16-aught. This is a light gray or a gray olive. I'll put a base of thread down. And we're going to put a base right down the whole thing. Come around the bend there just a little bit, and I'm going to bring this back up. You want to try to keep touching turns. Okay, so we are about 1 eye length from the eye of the hook. We're going to put in the wing, or the gills, I think they might be, on a midge. We'll just call it the wing, and we're going to use white CDC. You can use a little bit of poly yarn or a little piece of white yarn. We're going to tie this in. Give it a couple of wraps and pull that short, and go ahead and trim off that excess. You can trim that at an angle, and you will help to get a tapered body. Go ahead and take this thread back down. I'm just kind of holding that CDC so I don't get a stray, although there is a couple of strays there. Rotate your thread counterclockwise and it helps to flatten it out. Having a nice flat body when you're wrapping quill or hair is pretty important, to have that nice flat body, especially with the hair, because if not, if you have round thread, you could have little bumps in there. I'm sure you've seen it. I'm going to go ahead and kind of trim a little bit of that, try to get that hair off there. There we go. Now I'm going to take my moose mane, and I have 3 pieces of moose mane. I have 2 dark and 1 light. And I used this moose mane on a previous fly, so this is going to be just a little bit heavier because moose mane is tapered. We have 2 dark and 1 light. We're going to tie those in. The taper of the hair also helps to give you a tapered body. And I went a little bit further down around the bend. And we're going to stop just a little bit from the wing. Now when we wrap these, we want to keep them side by side. Going to turn them slightly so that I could see. You don't want any separation. There we go. And you keep them side by side, and you're going to have a nice segmented body there. And we're going to tie that off. Fold them back, put just a couple of wraps on it. Actually going back on the piece a little bit. And then we'll take off the excess. Use the poke and snip. Now, I'm going to put a little bit of head cement on the body there. If you have UV cure, go ahead and use UV cure. But just a little bit of head cement will help protect that hair body. Clean my brush off really well. The UV cure, you would see a nice coating on there. Now for the thorax, I'm going to use 2 pieces of Peacock Herl. Oop. Don't get too close to the wing. You will end up tying that wing down a little bit. I'm going to put a couple of wraps in front of it. Actually, I'm going to keep that thread in front of the wing for now. We're going to wrap our Peacock Herl. And we can tie that in. I'm going to keep that CDC on top. I'm going to just go right to tying off the head. And I could hear rain outside. Finally raining. Go ahead and take off that excess. Again, get the whip finish. I'm going to turn it over and put a little bit of head cement on that head, on that bottom. Going to clean my brush off really well. When you get the small flies, you got to clean that brush good. And you just put a dab on that bottom there to help secure the thread. I see I got a wild one there. I'm just going to get in there and trim that off. Now I'm going to pull that CDC wing forward. Still got that little, there we go. We're going to trim that to a little stub. And here we have a moose mane midge. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Leave comments, questions, suggestions. Please visit my sponsors. And most of all, thank you very much for watching my videos.